Well, hi everybody. Good Friday morning to meteorologist Travis Kleski here as we take a look at things here on this Friday. We're still looking at some hazy skies out there, hazy conditions this morning. The hope is that some of this thicker smoke is going to continue to thin out in the coming days ahead. The fires are not going anywhere. There are still massive wildfires in the western U.S. and up in Canada. And this model shows that that smoke from those fires will continue to pour eastward, but with the jet stream just off to our north, we may actually see the worst of the smoke staying to our north. It could be close in northern Nebraska, but notice how it may thin out a little bit farther south over the next couple of days. So we'll back this up again. I'll show you. Again, it shows it kind of thinning out a little bit. That's good news, hopefully. Now, this is not a guarantee by any means, but I'm kind of hopeful that maybe we won't see such wildfire smoke like we have been seeing most of this week here. Let's take a look. We do have an air quality alert that's out until 9 o'clock this morning over the western half of Nebraska. There is still some smoke closer to the surface, so those that suffer from breathing difficulties, things like asthma, stuff like that, it might not be a bad idea to stay inside for a little while yet this morning here. I'm hoping that, again, some of this will thin out though as the day goes on. There's also a red flag warning in place over western Nebraska. There was actually a fire yesterday out near Scotts Bluff. The threat for wildfires is going to start to get a little bit higher, especially out west where the relative humidity is lower, and also there hasn't been quite as much moisture recently in those locations there. It's been a pretty wet summer for most of us so far, which helps the fire threat, but that threat may be coming up a little bit out west. So a red flag warning again in place this afternoon all the way through 9 o'clock this evening over western portions of our area. Futurecast otherwise showing pretty quiet weather now. The breezes are going to be back. The air's been pretty still this week. There hasn't been a lot of wind. We may see a little bit of breeze out there today. Winds out of the south-southeast at around 10 to 20, gusts to 25 or so miles per hour. Showers and isolated thunderstorms trying to fire up out west, but really struggle to get out of the panhandle. So outside of some just clouds pushing eastward, most of us will not see much for any moisture today or tonight. The Wednesday is slightly breezy overnight. They'll be breezy again tomorrow for your Saturday. Once again, we turn to the west late in the day for showers and thunderstorms. This time they may actually hold together through about maybe Highway 83 or so. So there could be a few thunderstorms in our western areas. Otherwise, just a few extra clouds Saturday night into Sunday morning. Maybe even a little bit of fog Sunday morning to start things off. But the chance of rain will increase Sunday afternoon into Sunday evening for a larger part of our areas. I'll show you in just a bit. For tomorrow, the Storm Prediction Center does have a marginal risk of severe storms over northwest Nebraska, where large hail and severe wind gusts may be possible. The chance will spread to more of our area on Sunday. So Sunday afternoon and evening, a marginal risk of severe storms over central and eastern portions of the local viewing area. Highs today, a little cooler out west. Most of us still into the 90s today, and maybe 100 and shattering, but there were a lot more 100-degree temperatures out west yesterday, so not as hot, but still noticeably toasty out there. The air a little bit more humid, or dew points higher in the east, so with that the temperature's not quite as hot in places like York. Tonight, lows in the mid to upper 60s and lower 70s by tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's highs maybe a degree or two cooler for your Saturday, so highs in the upper 80s and low to mid 90s. Again, your highest temperatures over the west, not quite as high to the east. Tomorrow night, looking at temperatures down into the mid and upper 60s to right around 70 degrees going into your Sunday morning. And then Sunday afternoon, temperatures start to creep up a little bit. Upper 80s still, low to mid 90s, maybe upper 90s in southwest Nebraska, as the heat's going to start to build in as we head into next week, especially by the middle of next week. As we show you that 7-day forecast, you can see the 90s sticking around, maybe upper 80s today or tomorrow. That's possible anyway. Sunday brings us our best chance of moisture. It's not a guarantee by any means though, but I have a 30% chance for Sunday afternoon and evening. And then the next chances will be after a couple of hotter days, Tuesday and Wednesday, slight chances of rain and thunderstorms each one of those days there. Now, I have dropped the temperature down a little bit for Wednesday compared to previous forecasts. It's still going to be pretty toasty, though. Temperatures may come down a few degrees on Thursday behind a weak cold front. In fact, we'll settle in more into the lower 90s in the long-range part of the forecast through the first weekend of August. Now, I'm really excited about that because I'm playing in a volleyball tournament on that Saturday, and a 92 sounds much better than 98 or 99. Still hot, still going to sweat it out, but at least not quite as hot there. So this is pretty typical summer heat, a little above average, but we're not truly looking at just scorching hot temperatures. Now you go to the west, it's a little toastier, and you see that in North Platte in their forecast here. A lot of mid 90s and then eventually even upper 90s to near 100 or so in that long-range forecast as we look towards the end of the month of July here. Small chances of rain and thunderstorms Saturday evening, and again then Sunday afternoon, evening, and then Tuesday, Wednesday I threw in some small chances as well. Temperatures, they do come down a little bit for that first weekend of August, but they're still going to be in the mid-90s. So really, most of the North Platte forecast is just 3, 4, 5 degrees warmer than the Tri-Cities forecast. But overall, the heat is sticking around here as we look into the second week out here. That's August 2nd through the 8th here. Likely to be well above average for much of the middle and western part of the country. A little bit cooler down to our south here, and will likely be on the dry side. We're not going to see a lot of moisture in the forecast here. Let's take a look at a couple of long-range models when it comes to precipitation, though. Again, Friday, everything is just to our west. Saturday, tomorrow, western Nebraska, about as far east as about Highway 83 or so. Sunday is our best chance. Sunday afternoon and evening. Not much of a chance Monday. Very slim chance. Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll see. I have small chances Tuesday and Wednesday. There's Wednesday right there. And then after that, pretty slim chances Friday, Saturday, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of next week here. So probably going to be dry during that time frame. Let's look at the GFS model. Again, today, later today, mainly out in the Panhandle. Tomorrow, western portions of our area, right there. Sunday's the best chance for most of us. Right here. Well, I just skipped right past it. I'm sorry about that. Sunday doesn't have as much of a chance, but there's a chance. The GFS is not quite as aggressive as the European model. Monday's likely dry. And then you got Tuesday, Wednesday with some small chances. GFS isn't as aggressive with those chances as the European model is. It's actually more aggressive on Thursday, though. But that's getting a long ways out. So don't want to put too much emphasis on the long range part of the forecast here. So again, big stories. Hopefully the smoke coming down a little bit. The temperature's not hot, but still pretty toasty out there, and not a lot of moisture over the next 7 to 10 days. Well, I want to thank you all for watching on this Friday morning. I hope you have a wonderful final weekend of July, and I will see you all again on Monday. Take care, and God bless. Bye.